Have you ever stopped to think why some men our age manage to convey authority and success just by the watch they wear on their wrist? You know that guy you meet in a business meeting and, even before he says anything, you already notice he has class and experience. Over these years, I've realized that a watch is much more than an accessory. It's a silent statement about who you are. But here's the problem. Many men think they need to spend a fortune to have a watch that conveys power and sophistication. For a long time, I made the mistake of thinking that a good watch was synonymous with high price. I spent money on pieces that looked impressive in the showcase, but in practice didn't add anything to my look or my presence. Today, I'm going to share with you the 6 types of watches that really make a difference for men our age, without needing to compromise the budget. And look, item number 6 was a discovery that completely changed my perception about elegance on the wrist, a category that offers maximum sophistication with minimum investment. So stay with me until the end because, in my experience, choosing the right watch can completely transform how you are perceived in professional and social environments. Tip 1. Classic stainless steel watches with clean dialects. Start with the foundation of any mature masculine collection. Classic stainless steel watches with clean dial. Man, this is the category that should be the first investment of any man. Over 40, I'm talking about those watches with timeless design, white or black dial, clearly readable numbers, and a steel case that doesn't try to impress with excessive shine. The problem I constantly see is men choosing watches with too much information on the dial: chronometers they'll never use, perpetual calendars, moon phases. This might seem sophisticated, but in practice creates visual confusion and can give an impression of exaggeration. The beauty of the classic watch lies in simplicity. A clean dial, with only hours, minutes, and maybe the date, conveys confidence and maturity. It's like a well-cut suit. Elegance is in the perfect execution of the basics. The advantage of stainless steel is versatility. It works with a suit, with casual clothes, matches any color outfit, and ages very well when it's good quality. The practical tip is, look for brands that have tradition in classic watches, even if they're entry lines. Often you'll find excellent pieces for a fraction of the price of more famous brands. And look, if you're realizing that investing in timeless pieces makes sense, subscribe to the channel because I have much more tested strategies to share. Tip 2. Authentic vintage models from traditional BR&Ds. Now let's talk about a category that can be a goldmine: authentic vintage models from traditional brands. Here's a secret that few men know. Vintage watches from respected brands often cost much less than new models from the same brand, but carry a history and personality that no new watch can transmit. I'm talking about pieces from the 70s, 80s, or 90s, from brands that built solid reputation over decades. These watches have natural patina, a character that only comes with time, and an authenticity that impresses connoisseurs. The secret is knowing where to look and what to look for. Avoid pieces that are too modified or with signs of poor care. Look for watches that maintained original characteristics and have reliable functioning. The advantage of vintage is that you get access to brands and models that would be inaccessible if they were new. Additionally, many of these watches appreciate in value over time, so they can be an interesting investment. The tip is always buy from reliable sellers. Ask for documentation when possible, and inform yourself about the history of the model you're considering. If you're enjoying these tips, leave your like on the video. Your interaction helps this content reach more incredible people like you. Tip 3. Independent brand watches with good reputation. In this point, here is a revelation I had after 40. Independent brands with good reputation can offer exceptional quality for much more accessible prices. For years, I focused only on the most well-known brands, thinking they were the only guarantee of quality. But I discovered that there are smaller manufacturers, often family-owned, that produce exceptional watches without the cost of advertising and status of big brands. These brands usually focus on construction quality, reliable movements, and designs that don't follow trends. The result are watches that can last decades and have unique personality. The advantage is that you get differentiated pieces that won't be on everyone's wrist, but that have quality comparable or superior to much more expensive brands. The secret is research. Read reviews, know the brand's history, understand what type of movement they use. Many of these brands have enthusiast communities that can give valuable tips. Tell me in the comments, have you had experience with lesser-known watch brands? What was the result? Tip for discrete chronographs with timeless design. Let's talk about a category that can add functionality without compromising elegance. Discrete chronographs with timeless design. The chronograph is one of the most practical complications that exists. You can use it to time meetings, exercises, or any activity that needs precise timing. But here's the problem. Many chronographs are exaggerated with enormous buttons and confusing dials. The secret is finding chronographs that maintain elegance. Look for models where the chronograph function is integrated harmoniously into the overall design without dominating the dial. A good discrete chronograph should work both in a board meeting and on a casual weekend. The case shouldn't be excessively large. The subdials should be well proportioned, and the overall design should be clean. The advantage is that you have additional functionality without sacrificing sophistication, and chronographs tend to have a slightly more robust presence, which can convey an image of technical competence. The practical tip is, test the functionality before buying. The buttons should have firm but smooth action, and the chronograph function should be intuitive to use. And look, if you're seeing value in these strategies based on real experience, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I always share tested tips that really make a difference. TIP5 entry-level automatic watches from respected brands. Now, we reach a category that can be transformative. Entry-level automatic watches from respected brands. There's something special about having a watch that works with the energy of your own movement. An automatic watch doesn't need a battery, it feeds on the natural movement of your wrist. This creates a unique connection between you and the watch. The problem is that many men think automatic watches are inaccessible, but the truth is that several respected brands offer entry-level automatic models with very reasonable prices. These watches usually have simple but reliable movements, classic design, and the satisfaction of owning a small work of mechanical engineering on your wrist. The advantage of automatic is durability. With proper care, a good automatic watch can last generations. Additionally, there's a subtle prestige in wearing a mechanical watch in a digital age. The tip is, look for brands that have tradition in automatic movements, even if they're basic models. Construction quality is usually superior to quartz watches, in the same price range. Leave it in the comments. Have you had an automatic watch? What's your experience with maintenance and pleasure of use? TIP6 minimalist models with quality leather strap, and we reached the item I promised, a discovery that changed my perception about elegance. Minimalist models with quality leather strap. For a long time, I associated minimalism with too much simplicity, thinking it didn't convey enough authority, but I learned that there's a huge difference between simple and simplified. A well-executed minimalist watch is like a work of art. Each element has purpose, nothing is unnecessary, and the final result is of timeless elegance that impresses, through sophistication, not excess. The secret is in the details, the quality of the case, perfect readability of the dial, impeccable execution of the hands, and especially the quality of the leather strap. A quality, genuine leather strap can completely transform a watch. It ages well, develops character with use, and adds sophistication that synthetic straps can never achieve. The advantage of minimalist models is absolute versatility. They work with any outfit, in any situation, and never go out of style. Additionally, they usually have very accessible prices because they don't depend on expensive complications. The golden tip is, invest in a quality leather strap even if the watch comes with a basic one. The difference in look and comfort is impressive. Recapping, the 6 types of watches: classic steel with clean dial, authentic vintage from traditional brands, independent brands with good reputation, discreet timeless chronograph, entry-level automatics from respected brands, and minimalists with quality leather. In my experience, any of these types can transform your presence and how you are perceived professionally and socially. The secret isn't in the price, but in intelligent choice and attention to details. Remember, a watch is one of the few accessories that a man can wear daily for decades. It's worth investing time in the right choice, even if the budget is limited. The most important thing is to choose something that reflects your personality and lifestyle, but that also conveys the maturity and experience you've gained over the years. So, which of these types of watches resonated most with you? Which are you considering as your next investment? Leave your experience with watches in the comments, because I love exchanging ideas with men who, like us, understand that taking care of details makes all the difference. If the content was useful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned, because in the next video, I'll show the 5 most common mistakes that can ruin any watch, no matter how much you paid for it. See you there. If you made it this far, it's because you take seriously improving your style. So I prepared this next video for you to watch. It's the perfect step for you to continue evolving. And take a look at this playlist too. It has a complete map to dress like a true gentleman over 40, stylish, elegant, and powerful every day. Until the next video.